Good day. Thank you everyone for being here with us today. We're very pleased to be able to welcome you all at the first edition of JatBit 2020 FinTech and Blockchain Conference. This year, we are holding our event entirely online and have been honored by the participation of global speakers and attendees. Our special thanks goes to our top media partners including Crypto News, Cryptopolitan, and PublishORX. JatBit 2020 is a 2 days long event which will be including various speaking sessions along with panel discussions around post-pandemic blockchain adoption. During these 2 days of event, you will be learning about blockchain, the role of academia, proof of stake staking in DeFi, dynamics of finance in Islam and cryptocurrency, how to build trust in the crypto market, central bank digital currencies, intelligent transformation of the financial sector, blockchain and AI, decentralized credit score system using blockchain solutions, digital payment systems, the different types of DLT frameworks, and DeFi applications. This event will enhance your knowledge and interest in blockchain and fintech. We hope these sessions help you grow to be more understanding towards blockchain. Now moving towards our first speaker for the day, which is our keynote speaker, Mr. Dr. Mohammed Alqarni, who is joining us live from UAE. He does what any driven, young, inspiring entrepreneur would, saying yes to any new challenges. Starting from the beginning, education has always been a passion of his. For so long, he has dreamt of where he is now, the Dean of Computer Sciences of the University of Jeddah. His mission is to incorporate education and the fourth industrial revolution in a way to train students with what they need to be successful in the near future, as it will all depend on having the skills that equip students to deal with the fourth industrial revolution in the technical and personal sense. This belief has been reinforced when he entered the world of business by co-founding an information technology company, Antlia.io, that focuses on the application of advanced technologies. Let us all welcome Dr. Mohammed Alqarni as our speaker of the day.
For joining us in this event. This is Mohammed Alqarni. I am the Chief Operating Officer of Antilia, and I am an Associate Professor of the Software Engineering Department at the College of Computer Science and Engineering, University of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And today I'll be talking about the role of academia in blockchain, and why do we care about this will become clearer as we go through this short talk. But before we go deeper in blockchain technology per se and how academia could affect it, let's think a little bit wider and think of how could a technology becomes big and it create wealth and impact the world. This has been extensively studied, and a framework has been designed to understand this phenomenon, because we see it more often now than before. And this framework is called 6 Ds of exponential framework. So for a technology to become disruptive and have this exponential growth cycle, it has to be digital. So the first D is for digitization. A technology cannot have exponential growth if it's not digital. It has to be digital, so it could reach if it has any chance of being exponential in its growth, it has to be digital. Then the technology that usually go big start, or goes through a deception, phase where it is growing quite slow behind people. So not everybody knows about it. But then one time, boom, it booms, it goes exponential, everybody knows it. So it has this period where it is very deceptive, if we could say so. Then it has to be able to disrupt the market. So a market is used to, its interworking is kind of set. Everybody knows how things are going, and then one technology comes and disrupt the market. And I think we could see social media as a disruptive technology for the media in general, and ride sharing for the taxi business and transportation in general. So this kind of disruption actually changes the face of the market that this such technology usually operates in. Then the technology itself becomes so cheap that the money is taken out of it. So it's virtually becomes cheap. For example, some technology that were very, very expensive and they were exclusive for example, the U.S. Army or governments only, are becoming now, you download them in your app. Some of them are free. So this is very characteristics of such big disruptive technologies. Then dematerialization. Something used to be bulky, big. Video cameras, for example, GPS devices, they were big, bulky. Now they fit in your phone, and your phone fits in your pocket. So it becomes very dematerialized, become a little bit more on the soft side. Now, for it to be big, everybody should have access to it. And actually, being digital gives you a big chance of democratization. In the sense that if it is digital, then almost everybody could access to it, unlike non-digital technology. So this is how something could go big, and blockchain is no exception. If we think about blockchain as a technology in terms of this kind of framework, we would be for sure it is digital. It has went through a period of time where nobody knows about it, or a few people knows about it. Now it's disrupting actually markets, financial markets, and others. And it's actually open source, so you could have access to it. It still may be in this phase where it still needs a lot of hardware to work on, although now it's getting easier and easier, and everybody will have access to it. And the difference blockchain has to other technology, its application is wide, so it's not one application, and this is very important. We'll talk about it as we go on. Now, there is huge potentials for blockchain. So it represents the second generation of the internet. It has a potential to transform money, business, and government and society. So blockchain as a technology has a huge potential. There are a few barriers to its adoption. So there is this regularity from regular perspective, from business perspective, from technological perspective, and all of them share the same characteristic. There is always this uncertainty. There is always this risk associated with it that makes it a little bit hard to adapt. Because if you think about it, anything that deals with money, business, government, and society has to be clearly certain. You have to be 100% certain, especially when it comes to money, that all transaction, safety, regular, legal. So everything has to be clear. There has to be no uncertainty. The risks have to be at minimum for blockchain to be widely adapted. And this would lead us to why do we care about what academia could do to the blockchain technology. Now let's get a little bit more. This is a kind of big picture barriers, and now we could go a little bit detailed. So there isn't well-established regulations. Actually, many countries have no regulations whatsoever for blockchain and blockchain applications. Now there is risk regarding confidentiality. Although from a technical point of view, this is it's easier. But now the idea of decentralization, it's a new concept for many people who are risk averse. Difficulties in updating traditional business practices, technological immaturity, business network challenge, data protection related risks, uncertainty about scalability and performance, unwillingness to realize centralized control. And this is a big factor, especially in money and government. Potential for security risks, uncertainty about the possible benefits as opposed to the respective cost, not no clear use cases. So this is a little bit of a detail. This is a result of a research paper that is in the reference. So if you need more details about this, you will find it in the reference section. Now, how can academia help? The idea here, it's very important because it could bridge the lower and lower the certainty, so we are allowed to harness the true potential of the technology with ultimate goal of deriving mass adoption. This is the key word here, mass adoption. For a technology to be adopted, for technology to realize its full potential, it has to be adopted by the masses. And no institution or no entity could do this better than academia, because it's what teaches people. So they know blockchain, they could realize its potential. So this is the big answer to this. So just try help in teaching the masses. The big challenges for academia in adapting blockchain or in teaching blockchain is training for jobs to be invented. Blockchain has huge potential in the future. However, if you think about the current time for now, it's not fully realized. So academia or a university or an institution has to be brave enough to train for jobs that to be invented in the future. Now there is digital inequality, and this is still a challenge, because for a technology to be disruptive, as we said at the beginning, or has huge growth, everybody should have access to it. Now, the working with blockchain is not easy, so not everybody has this digital this access, the same access to everything. And information literacy, this is a big challenge in some part of the world, and you are thinking about this from a perspective of the international. You need to have a good digital skills to be able to deal and learn blockchain, and this is actually becomes clearer when we talk about practical challenges. So you need for the second point here, the need for interdisciplinary holistic perspective for heterogeneous audiences. If you are thinking about heterogeneous, the idea here is someone from a business school, someone from law, someone should or must have this strong digital skills. It's a complex technology, so you need a combination of skills and theory in order for someone to learn about blockchain and its application. So this is actually a big challenge. And in academia, and I speak as someone from the inside, having interdisciplinary programs or trainings or whatever is not always easy, because you come in people in academia trained to be very, very specialized, and for us to realize the potential of blockchain, we have to be less specialized. So we have to understand the business part of it, the technology part of it, and it's not easy. So it's a little bit. For example, a finance student would have to understand a different kind of finance, a different kind of economics to understand how blockchain could change or could affect the financial market where it has its biggest potential, and at the same time understand the complex technology in terms of its and have good skills, good theory, good foundation to understand this. So this is a big challenge. The good news, if we could say so, is it's still in its infancy. It's a very, very new frontier in education. There are universities and other institutions that have incorporated courses to their existing program, and most of them are on the basics of blockchain technology. So it's started to come, but it's still very, very early stage. And there is a small number of 17 universities that have recently launched or announced their postgraduate programs in blockchain. This is as of 2020. And the first move on the area was in 2014. The first program was established in 2014. So it's slow. It's slower. It should be faster, and we hope it will be one day. And we hope that with Antilia we could help in that. So there is some good news. I put it between quotation because it's very very slow, but it is a move in the right direction. So these are the references. If you need more reading about it, it's they are really good. Now the idea here is just to conclude. We thought of technology needs to have some characteristic for it to be disruptive, and academia could help easily, or in one word, by educating the masses. And this is what we hope academia will achieve for blockchain to realize its potential, which could change a lot of things in our lives. Thank you very much for attending the event and for listening to this. And I hope I have provided you with some useful information. Thank you very much.